right, motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call Us podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host X, and I'm here with this motherfucker over here. Dub, what's happening?
What's happening, brother?
Hey, bro, I'm about to reach across.
Don't
this
start
and-
your shit tonight.
and
Do not start your shit.
come from the depths of hell with this slap. You been trying it, motherfucker. Man, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Hey, bro, you know what it is.
It's
man.
episode number 55.
55. He's about to say 4 again.
I
heard you.
was. I almost fucked it up
Right.
again. But it is episode number 55. We are coming after a week hiatus, but we'll get into that in just a second. Y'all know what it is. If you want to catch us on YouTube, you can catch us at the 2 Cent You Call It's podcast.
Mhm.
Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that little notification bell,
ding, ding.
so you can see every time we put a new episode out.
Indeed.
Please keep listening because we appreciate you and we want to keep driving those numbers. So make sure you tell a friend. You can also catch us for your listening pleasure on Spotify. Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Busting out your eardrums. Let's get into it, man.
Something me trying to build. Damn near choked on.
Let's get into it, man. First things first, my brother. It's a Friday night. What is in your glass?
I'm gonna call this a tour across Europe, man.
Okay, let's talk about it.
What I got in here is I got some Moscato, and then I have a cherry cognac liqueur.
Okay.
I'm not gonna mention the brand because we don't get paid for that.
Yeah. If you wanna sponsor, please email.
We gotta get these numbers up. We gotta get some sponsors and shit. But I think we gonna have to start getting video.
Yeah, we gotta, or at least pubbing it, something.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's what I'm drinking over here, man. So I'm trying it out, trying to see how it's gonna go.
Okay.
What you got over there, man?
I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone for a second. Been hanging with a couple of the old heads, and they always talk about it, so we gonna try it. I'm drinking Scotch neat, man. No ice, no ginger ale, no nothing.
Oh, now you good with the neat drinks now, huh?
Hey, we gonna. Well, it's because it's cold weather. It's already cool. It done chilled a little bit, so it's not.
All right.
No,
when I drink neat over here. That means what the fuck the ice said. But now
not your shit.
Now it's
You be drinking warm motherfucking liquor. Who is drinking that shit?
That's what neat is.
It's cold outside, and this bottle has been in my car, so it's chilled.
So
I don't need ice.
Really.
Is anything else in the motherfucker?
It's chilled.
All right.
It's not room.
How was your week?
It was good until I saw a bitch in my man. Week was cool, man. Nothing too drastic. Trying to wrap up the end of my month as far as accounting and stuff like that.
Okay.
You came through early, and I told you like I'm waiting to get some of this stuff posted.
Yeah.
And I did my portion. So hey, don't come to me on Monday trying to write me up and shit. Hey, that shit was sitting there.
I tried.
And nobody else do shit. So it is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is.
Other than that, man, everything's cool, man. I chopped it up with my pops earlier. Well, I ain't really chopped it up. I sent him a text message and stuff.
Okay. Your pops text?
He texts.
Oh shit. Okay.
What? Your mama text, don't she?
I mean, my mom do, but my pops don't. He terrible at it.
Well, he does, but we got a
He be broken fucking English and shit.
whole family chat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mom, we have very similar personalities and stuff. We're very soft. I wouldn't say soft spoken, but
You and your pops?
yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
Very to ourselves a lot of times, but we're very caring people and stuff like that. And so I shoot him a text every once in a while because we just don't like talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always good to check on and see how he's doing and stuff. One of his sisters actually passed earlier.
Oh, okay.
This week.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't that close to her and stuff because they were a little bit estranged.
Okay.
From when his mom passed. His mom passed when he was a teenager and stuff like that. So I think I met her like twice, and I met one of her daughters once before she passed. But yeah, he's doing cool and everything like that. And I was just checking on him because his birthday is coming up next week.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think it's the day before Thanksgiving and stuff. So I was trying to see what he was doing since I'm staying in town and stuff, and he has to work on his birthday and Thanksgiving. So I was trying to see if he wanted to do something. So I think we're gonna go grab a bite to eat for breakfast before his shift.
It's lit.
And just hang out because we don't really get to hang out like that.
That's what's up, man. It sounds like it's gonna be a good time. Glad y'all can do something to celebrate him and just kind of kick it a little bit because I know he'll probably be the only one in town too, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of dependent. I don't know if my brother and his wife gonna stay in town.
Okay.
Because they young, they
Lively.
Freshly married, and getting their finances and everything together, so you don't know what they doing and stuff. But yeah, so he's staying in town for Thanksgiving, but I think he's going out to North Carolina for Christmas. I want to say.
Okay.
So we'll see. But other than that, man, it was just me being an adult and checking on my guys at the school or my guy at the school. Making sure the organization and stuff is running well.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, man, my week was pretty standard, man. Nothing too exciting. What about you?
Well, we skipped a week. We did not record or post the episode last week, and it was because work, man. Work has been very, very busy.
Because I work for who?
Work for me.
Okay. Let's clarify.
I thought that was understood.
Every time it's on me, it's an announcement. So
I thought that was understood. But yeah, work has been crazy, man. Put in probably 80 hours this week in 1 week. I also had to work last Friday night, which is the night that we record. We record on Friday nights, and so I had to work, and then we had a very busy weekend, so we wasn't even able to make that show up just because of everything that was going on.
Yep.
But I will say that a couple of things. Number one, even though I put in those type of hours this week, and no, it was not voluntary, because we have discussed in the past that sometimes I can be a workaholic, but this was not by any means of my doing. It just kind of fell the way it fell, and so it happened. And I will say that it has not been a stressful 80 hours. I felt it, yes, because I mean I don't know how you not feel 80 hours in 1 week.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to the point to where I was like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoyed majority of it. So that's a good thing. But we did do a couple of things last weekend. We celebrated my oldest nephew's birthday. So shout out to EJ. Happy 13th.
I would start with an E.
Yeah.
I thought it started with an A.
No, E-I-O.
Well, that's like E. Well, I guess.
Anywho, yeah.
Who the fuck knew?
So yeah, EI.
Because I definitely was about to hit T up and say, A's mom got it going on. Well,
speaking of, we celebrated. We went out to a go-kart place. I will say this. Every time I go to a kids function or event or party,
it makes you get more kids even
it
more.
It makes me not. Well, how do y'all do this? All my parents that listen to the shows and the podcast, please comment in the comments. How do you fucking do it?
It's rewarding.
Is it? How do you know?
Because
tell me how you know.
It's a whole daddy,
motherfucker.
2 kids. 2 up.
You had no kids.
Right.
None of
2.
them were your seed.
Had 2.
All right.
Can't
Well,
say that, bro. And then in the same vein that I just talked about my dad.
I mean, I get you, but at the same time, your dad had papers to go along with you, so
I almost had them bitches. Almost.
I mean, he still had papers.
Oh.
There's a marriage license somewhere in there, so it's still papers.
Oh, I mean, I said I almost had the papers.
Oh, you almost had papers.
I almost had the papers.
No, well, I'm glad. That was a bullet dodged.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I love you. Still love you. It's all good.
All right, yeah. But yeah, so we celebrated the birthday. We went out to the go-kart place, and it's a lot of kids, man. And then
Well,
so afterwards, after we left the go-kart place, my sister decided to do them like a little hotel party. So she got 2 different suites, and all the kids was in one suite. And now I know from when we was kids, and our parents was like, "You smell like outside,
oh
or
shit.
or it's just funky in here." Man, say
Oh, you went in there?
I opened up that motherfucking hotel room door with all them fucking teenage boys in there, sir.
The grown man busting that
It
bitch.
musty. I said, yeah, it's time to have a
Smell
talk.
like Medusa in there.
It's time to have a talk.
Here goes some
Young
Old
man,
Spice.
yeah, young man. Every morning and every night,
Need you to.
both of them. Clean yourself up, cause I'm talking about it smelled like corn chips, Frito pie,
Oh shit.
yeah, all of the above. It just
Straight locker room.
it smelled like a locker room. I said, bro, what? This ain't it.
I smelled that earlier that day when we was dealing with some of our mentees. I
Oh
was
man,
like, ooh.
I be wanting to think that we wasn't like that, but we probably was.
Yeah, that we had to be.
Just funky.
I ain't taking enough showers just because it was days that I'll go by and be like, I don't even. I come straight from football
not realizing
practice.
I'm a whole little grown ass man
Axe that bitch up. Bod body spray.
smelling like ass.
Like we good.
I know the shit that we do as fucking adults. So I'm just like, I know we were some little nasty ass boys. Like,
Man, let me tell you something. I went to a concert. I went to the
oh yeah,
Tevin Campbell and them concert. Tevin Campbell, Bobby Brown, Monica, I think Tamar was there, 112, Silk, H-Town. They were out there.
yeah. How was that?
It was actually a pretty good show. I got there pretty late because I was waiting on a female friend, of course.
They'll make you late for sure.
So I missed probably about two or three acts and stuff like that. But it started getting good, and then of course I ended up sitting next to one of my sisters that was on in African culture. You say she was more wealthy,
Okay.
so I didn't have a lot of space to
I like
myself.
how you put that.
And then she stood up, and I started catching twerk air, and I was like, "Oh my god, this ain't."
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I forgot what day that was on, but
It wouldn't. That
I think
thing wasn't
I
thinking.
think it was like a Thursday.
Know what that thing was thinking.
It was thinking. It was something.
It was thinking.
It was something in this. I was like, oh yeah, she must have just got off work and had time to.
Bruh.
Because ma'am,
So one question. If as an adult, right? Because we've all been there. Let's not be real. Every listener out there, everybody we talk to, we've all been there, right? Everybody's been to a point to where you know, that 12-hour turned into that 13th one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get covered for about 12 to 16 hours. And we've all been an hour a little too long of not being able to.
Late in the midnight hour.
You know what I'm saying? Something gonna turn around.
God did turn that thing around. He needed to, because
No, but we've all been there, right? But as an adult, how do you not? How are you not to the point to where you know that you just not the freshest,
brother.
so you don't do too much? You know what I'm saying?
You know me, like
Yeah.
you know, I'm overly self-conscious about stuff, because you know I've been outside and stuff. I'll be like, yeah, I feel like I ain't.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know, that my my 12-hour protection is
balls is hot.
it's not doing it. I gotta go back to the car and go do something.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, even this weekend, like I was like, hey, I gotta go run to
At least take a whole bath.
I gotta go run to
Got a whole bag.
Walmart. I went and bought some wipes and some new drawers and shit. I was like, cause I don't feel my freshest right now and stuff. So I mean, I don't get it and stuff. Like, even if I'm sitting around and I ain't been outside, I can sit on the couch and be like,
It's time.
I stink like a motherfucker. I need to get my ass like
Up and in the shower.
I hear
Even
shit
on
be-
lazy days.
Yeah, I done switched my booty cheeks enough to scratch it enough to know that I need to get my ass in the shower.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Like, I just feel like at a certain age, like, you know what I'm saying? You can feel that shit. Like, it,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's different for men and women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what the musty feeling feels for a woman. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, I know what the shit feels like. It's like when you feel, and I would imagine it feels a little bit of the same when you're on the heavier side, and you feel like your thighs done rubbed together too many times in a day.
Yeah.
Like,
Just like you don't feel like gunky. You feel like you got like mud
Yeah.
between your sack and your thigh.
it's like I don't know.
Like you're making.
I feel like that's unacceptable.
You don't feel like you got flour in between your legs.
I feel like that's a great analogy. Like just paste.
Yeah, it's just like it's not. I'm a big proponent of scratch and sniff.
Let me tell you, put your hand down there.
You can always wash your hands.
You can.
You can clean your nails, but you need to figure out
If
it's you.
if it's ever a doubt in your mind, just a sprinkle of a doubt.
Is that me?
Put your hand down.
Okay, it's not me. I need to figure out who it is. I can move
I need to figure out who it
a
is.
couple seats over or something.
But yeah, you can't tell everybody. Yeah, I mean, we gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
That's in the main topic, but you can't tell everybody everything. But so yeah, that happened. You caught the torque queef. How was the rest of the show? How was the rest of the night? How did you enjoy it? It was a friend date. How did you enjoy the friend date?
Man, it was dope. Well, our definitions of friend dates are definitely different.
Me and you?
I mean, no. I'm talking about me and
Okay.
my homegirl and stuff like that. So, it's another question that I asked you. So, this person that I actually went out with, I had looked at her earlier, but she also has a friend that I saw too. So
Okay.
you see,
Yeah.
two friends at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
This particular one I went out with, she had asked about somebody else. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes the choice easier. Let me go
Okay.
holler at something else
Okay.
and stuff like that. And shit didn't end up working out with that person. That's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know which one it is.
Yeah. And stuff like that. And so I kind of circled back and just said, like I
Let me
tried
give it a
this
shot.
earlier, but I think it's more. She was more along the lines of I kind of want to say ego, because you tried to do this first and then
Right.
now you're trying to come over here.
So for you, it was actually less of a friend date and more of a let me see how this goes.
Well, that's what my. No, it was gonna be my definition of a friend date.
Okay.
Like
No, just no
we
expectations.
can hang out, no expectations. But if something happens,
Gotcha.
But hers is like, well, yeah, nothing's gonna happen because
We just friends.
Yeah,
Friend
because you
zone.
already tried to
Curb.
holler at something else, and I was like, okay, cool. That is what it is. Yeah, but I was like, just don't think that it was just because of that. Like, you
Right.
know, it was other things that happened as well. And then we went in, we discussed what happened between me and her other friend.
Okay.
And it kind of goes back to an earlier topic about who's off limits. Like, to me, I feel like if you meet two friends at the same time and you just have to make a decision and it doesn't work out with one friend, I mean, it's cool to go try to holler at the other one if the other one doesn't want.
Well, but they may be not necessarily off limits for you, but they may be off limits for them because
I don't believe in staking claim like that.
I mean, I feel you, and I feel like we're different.
Like, say me and you are out,
Right?
and old girl tries to holler at me,
Right.
and I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. But she also was feeling you at the same time. She
Right.
just had to make a game time decision,
Right.
off of something. Say,
I don't know why you had to be first, but it's okay.
it's just in a bitch game time decision. Well, because you feel different than I do and stuff like that. So
no.
this and she just had to make a game time decision, or if she saw somebody else that was talking to you a little bit more heavy, but you just weren't feeling them like that and stuff like that. She's like, okay, well, since that's already like that, I'm gonna go ahead over here.
Right.
And she attempts over here, and that doesn't work out. I have no issue with her trying to get at you.
Right, and I don't have an issue that she tried to get at you first either.
See, but she felt the opposite of that.
Right. No, and I get how somebody would probably feel that way. I mean, I just feel like, well, first of all, I feel like I'm not even gonna make it a gender thing because I feel like I know men that will probably trip on the same shit too.
Yeah.
But I feel like it all depends on the friendship. Number one,
Yeah.
like I feel like for me and you, like our friendship is to a point to where we discuss a lot of shit and we put a lot of shit on the table. And so when it comes to, you know, as long as it's not a committed relationship
Yeah.
with the other individual, then
Definitely.
it's not off limits.
We've been in the same car, and I was like, "Hey, what's up? You trying to holler at what's
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't think that's a big deal per se, but that's going back to saying, like, you know, somebody's, you know, couldn't be me, is somebody else's, like,
Yeah.
opportunity.
That's why I felt like it was more like ego, because it felt, I guess she felt like I'm your fallback plan type of.
And if you listen to this, if you're listening to this, just ladies in general, that is not the case. Like, just because, you know what I'm saying, you meet a group of friends, right? And like
Yeah.
you said, sometimes it's a game time decision. Like, you can like multiple friends in the group,
Yeah.
and you just it's not even about who you wanted to holler at first or who you think is the better candidate or better choice or whatever. It could simply be boiled down to which opportunity came first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I don't see that being a big deal as far as, oh, I think that both of y'all are dope people.
Yeah.
So
It just happened to play out that way.
Yeah.
Like, if it would have been like the other way, and then you did the same thing, then I might have went over there too. But
right.
it's just, you know, don't get caught up in the
Semantics.
she was gonna shoot. Sorry.
So how was the rest of the evening? Like,
Nah, the rest of the evening was dope, man.
minus the being late, because that probably would have been a problem for me. You know
Man.
how I am about, like, I know we differ in that regards, but
Yeah.
you know how I am about time. Like,
Yeah.
especially events. Like, don't make me late for an event.
Outside of that, man, it was all good and stuff like that. We got in, and she got to see her favorite artist, so that was dope to see her like fan out.
Okay.
That shit. I only knew like one of her songs,
Who was their favorite?
Tamar,
Oh, okay. I fuck with Tamar.
and stuff like. All I know is Love and War.
It was a couple of like dope ass samples on that same album, like that she sampled a couple of other songs.
I wouldn't be able to tell you my.
You know, I
brother.
like music like that.
His stuff like that. I like music too, but
I mean, yeah.
I just still listen to Tamar. I just couldn't deal with Tamar's
the actual person,
Yeah.
like the personality.
The personality as far as like
But,
keeping
hold
up
on,
keeping
hold
up
on,
with the
hold on,
is
hold
it keeping
on.
up with the Braxtons? Braxton's family values.
Yeah, Braxton.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
Braxton
is it-
family values.
Is
Yeah,
the family values?
yeah.
Or is that Run? No, it's Run's house. They all just all these
It's
fucking
all
shows.
fucking reality TV. But no. Hold on. I'm not gonna let you skip past that because you said you can't draw the you can't not draw the correlation between the person and the artist.
No. I just couldn't deal with her personality on that
Right.
deal.
Right, but what that have to do with the music?
It doesn't. Like, I just never got into her music.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't a fan of her music, and then I got to know who the real she was.
Gotcha,
And then I was
'cause
like,
I was about to say,
no, bitch,
I
don't
was-
try to put Robert in this shit. I know exactly where the fuck you was trying to go.
I was about to say, Robert.
Nah.
Wait.
Michael Jackson is bitch. I'm gonna walk out of this shit. It ain't got me. But it's just like, and I only know like really like one of her songs.
Yeah.
and she has a phenomenal voice too. And that would
Yeah,
never
yeah.
make me take anything away from her. But I think she just like one of the more annoying people to me. Like
Yeah, I can see it.
she was like top 3 people that I would not want to sit next to in a plane on a plane ride.
I think I like it.
I had, like, between
I
her,
like it.
her, Nicki Minaj, who was the third person I put on my list? That could have been the top 3.
You know, I like a little bit of a bitch. Like I like.
It's
I
not
like,
even a bitch. It's like she would have been like, her is unsatisfied.
in
I'm
third
like-
person and
Like,
shit.
who the fuck are you talking about? And then Nicki would be like, can you pass me some peanuts in this bitch? I'm like, all right, got Tourette's.
I think all that's for the camera though. Like I don't think that's real. Whatever. Perception versus reality.
That stuff, so yeah. But other than that, man, the show's good. We was in there singing and stuff. I had the cougars and stuff, showing off a little bit of my vocals and stuff. They was feeling me and stuff like that. I was like, hey, I was like, this is not my girl.
Knock the dust off.
This is not my girl
Hey,
next to
Miss
me.
Parker.
And then other than that, I was most excited to see Bobby, just to see how he was gonna do. You know,
Okay.
definitely. You can tell he's had a rough life.
Yeah, it's
But
rough.
he, it took him a while to get going, but he was good. Probably the best act of the night, I would say, was Tevin.
I mean, I kind of would have expected that.
He was singing all his songs in the original key
I would have expected it.
and stuff like that. So he was like, "Yeah, I gotta singing all this in my original key." Monica was good. Her set got cut short.
Now, I'm gonna leave Monica alone.
What happened?
I'm gonna just leave Monica alone.
All right, I'm gonna send Martez over here
Hey,
to fight your
that
ass,
one leave.
because you know he go about her.
And he probably gonna run more than she is. No, I'm gonna leave Monica alone.
Hey, you say that he gonna be right up on your ass.
I'm gonna leave Monica alone.
He gonna be right on your ass.
You know she gonna be
He gonna
right.
be with it.
Yeah, but that's good. Did y'all? So was the concert it? That's all y'all did, or y'all hit?
Nah,
dinner?
yeah, that was it, man. We ended up just.
Well, yeah, I mean, y'all was already late as fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty late concert anyway. I think the concert started like 8. Maybe it was supposed to start at 7. Didn't really start till like 8:30.
Well,
We didn't get in
all
there
of the
until
artists were black. So.
like 9. And I already told her, I was like, I'm not. We parked in the Toyota garage. Is that the Toyota garage?
Well, it used to be the
At
Lexus. Is it?
Lexus, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, same shit.
Well, you're right. Overpriced Toyota. Shit.
Yeah, it's just all it is. If y'all didn't know that,
It's overpriced Toyota.
It's the same
That
thing.
Lexus, whatever that model is
Cadillacs
is
or
a
Chevys.
Corolla.
That's all it is. Mercury easily can affords. So yeah, I told her like, yeah, I'm not getting in that line to get up out the thing. So we just sat there and I said, yeah, I'm just gonna kick it in the garage until this shit pretty much clears out and stuff like that. So we sat in the garage. We didn't do shit.
I wish we had video right now.
It wasn't my face. It was your fucking face.
I know.
Because you
Nah,
did that shit earlier when I said I was kicking it with my homegirls and I put an unnecessary cuss word in there. And he was like, oh, fucking huh? Like, no.
I'm not gonna let you make it.
But yeah, we just sit there, we kicked in, we talked about stuff. I got to know her a little bit more on the personal side, which is what I wanted to do anyway. Because I think it's just dope to actually get to know people outside of what you normally see.
Yeah, like what organization you're part of.
Yeah,
you got siblings.
Yeah,
your sisters and shit. I mean, I think they have so many sisters. Like they're all known together.
Yeah, it's just a big ass group of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's cool people and stuff. Hopefully, they get to see her tonight too.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, I'm gonna say we get to see her and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it was all in all, man. It was a good experience. My last concert before that was Drake and Amigos. I think that was the last concert that I went to.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Takeoff.
Man, yeah. Speak.
I feel like we got like detoured off your week.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
I think we kind of bounced back and forth as far as both our weeks on this one, but I will say that when we was out celebrating last weekend, I did get some alarming news because it just really caught me off guard. One of my I actually hadn't talked to her in a really long time, but one of my friends from college. I'm going to say potentially or allegedly because I don't want to put that out there without it being fully confirmed because I don't know all the details. But somebody I know, potentially took their own life. And it just kind of caught me off guard because this was somebody that, we would view as the quote unquote strong friend. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's always the person that's looking out for somebody else, always the person that is, the positive energy, the person smiling all the time, the person, laughing the loudest and just having a lot of what you perceive as fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's usually those people that you end up finding are dealing with the most.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like too many times, like, we're the strong friend.
Yeah.
Like you always get to a point you see people and you can see that in them. Like you can see that they're always there for everybody else. And it's just like, oh, they got it all together. And what many people don't understand is that person is usually the duck in water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The appearance is there above water, but below the surface, you can't see all the chaos.
Yeah.
And so I say all that to say, just, man, check on your strong friends. Like the quote unquote strong friends. If you are that strong friend, man, make sure you're reaching out in those times that you feel something, those times that you might be a little down, those times that you sometimes just can't explain your emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are that person, talk to somebody. Like, talk to the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you need to do to be able to release that, tension that you have inside, like, within yourself.
Yeah. Even therapists need a therapist. Because
exactly,
when people like unload all their weight on you,
yes,
you still need somebody to unload your weight on.
Yeah,
too. So, yeah, man. Just check on your friends. I've seen it happen a couple of times. In that certain instances and stuff, and then even me and you, we had that same conversation. Mm-hmm. I told you, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna let that. Be me. Like, if I go through that, I will reach out. I won't just lay that on you.
Yeah, because let me tell you.
Well, you also threatened me too.
Because you ain't going to have to worry about making it to anybody's land. The promised land or the land below. Because I'm going to catch you before you make it. Bitch, you got to see me. We got to fight. Run me this fade before you live eternity wherever.
But, man, like I had my moments and stuff like that where you be like, what mean? You just get so caught up in life and stuff. You be like, I just want it. It'd just be cool if it was just done with and stuff like that. But I think the major thing is just thinking how that would affect everybody else around me.
I think and you know, we don't talk about it enough, and we've had a couple of episodes about this, and I'm not gonna park here, but I will say, I think as an adult, I feel like everybody,
Yeah.
no matter status, no matter how much money you got, no matter what your career path, your job is, no matter how many people you got around you, no matter how good your family is, any of that, I feel like every adult at one point in time has gotten to a point to where they be like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of just everything.
Lord, take me now.
Now, why would you make it to Nah, but seriously, like, I'm just tired of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every adult has gotten to that point at some point in time, and
Adulting is hard.
yeah. And I think we don't give
I don't even want
ourselves
to say adulting is hard because there might be some teenagers listen to it. Teenaging is hard too.
every life is hard. And I think sometimes we are too critical of ourselves, and we don't give ourselves enough credit to look at where we are and just be like, you handling this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, kudos to you type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, life is hard. Life is, and I don't, I hate when people look at those kind of situations and be like, oh, well, man, they had everything. Why would they do that? Or, like I said, you see surface shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never know what somebody's dealing with internally. And so never take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, first of all, you know, spend every moment with the people that you fuck with like that, as if you not gonna see that person next time. Like,
I'm never gonna spend my life like that with you. I'm gonna spend my life with you, like, cuss you out
fuck you
and say fuck you too. Every time I see you, when I greet you, it's gonna be what up, bitch, or what up, hoe.
That's okay, because you gonna miss me when I'm gone. And when you looking
Was
over,
that my teeth whistling like that, or was that the?
I don't know what to do.
Okay, maybe some feedback. I thought I had one of them old man, with them old weird whistles and shit. Oh shit!
The old man, our Family Guy.
Come back over, you fat bitch.
Nah, but yeah, you gonna miss me when you watching these headphones hang on this.
Brother, I already told you I'm checking out this bitch before you. We already had this conversation.
And let me tell you, yeah, we gonna see. But yeah, well, yeah, I definitely check on your people and just enjoy people out. Don't take people for granted.
Not at all.
Do not take people for granted. Like, too many times we're used to that strong friend and we take them for granted.
Yeah.
And if you don't gain anything else, just gain the fact that, you know, everybody is everybody. Like, you know, people, every person is valuable, and just don't take people for granted. Especially if they are, you know, a strong part or influence on your life. Dealing with stuff like that, you had a bit of a breakthrough this week that we kind of talked about earlier. What's going on with that? How did that part of the week go for you?
I just got tired of beating myself up. No homo.
Why would that?
You know, some people like to do stuff to themselves.
But why would that still be a?
Well, I guess you could like beat yourself up that way, but you could also beat yourself up another way.
I wouldn't even.
That's what I was just trying to clear all my
Okay. All
cover
right.
all my bases, cover all my holes.
Hey, so what happened this week with that?
So I reached out to somebody that I knew in a former life. I don't even want to say it like that because now it seems like back in my whole life.
Back-
I wouldn't even say I was a hoe, but back.
in your immature days.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Well, I feel like every.
I still think I was somewhat immature and inconsiderate of others' feelings.
just in your younger days.
Yeah.
Because every part of every phase of life is the development phase.
Yeah.
So
And I just reached out, and I wanted to apologize for the way that things ended with me and a acquaintance or friend, whatever they want to consider themselves. And they kind of just blew it off, and they kind of let me walk, just be straight up honest. Said last time I saw you, you was kicking me out of your apartment and stuff. And I was like, well, okay, well, she don't want to meet up, because what I wanted to do was apologize for how I made them feel if I did do it, because I've done this before, because I've known that in my younger days, people did consider me the quote unquote fuck boy.
okay.
And I may not have been aware of how I made people feel at the time.
Okay.
And I didn't want to apologize over line. I wanted to do it face to face and let them know, this is how it is. All this yada yada yada. Not even a sense of, well, in somewhat of a sense, just for karma. If you believe in karma, which do Christians believe? Christians don't really believe. Well,
Yeah, you reap what you sow.
yeah, but it's not considered karma.
It's the same fucking shit.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But in that same sense, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to just let them know, like, hey, I acknowledge that I did this. I acknowledge that I made you feel this way. That was not my intention. I thought I made it clear when I did this. But after that, I kind of got to the point where I'm just like, I'm tired of trying to apologize or trying to prove that I've changed. The only person that really matters at this point now is that I forgive myself and that I'm seeking forgiveness from God, and He said that He's forgiven me, and that I need to go forward and change the way that I live. Now, I can't force you to forgive me.
Right.
That's your own independent battle that you're going through. So I can't be involved in that. So I'll be around. I mean, if you ever feel like you need to come back around or you forgive me and all this stuff, I'll be here to be like, okay, I accept that, but
Right.
I've already done my part of what I can do. And you've been one of the people that said I've been entirely way too hard on myself. You've noticed,
because I'd be like, fuck them, shit.
yeah, but that's just not me. Like I've always been I've struggled with acceptance and stuff like that. I've always wanted everybody to like me. So even ex-girlfriends and stuff like that, I've always tried to remain cool with them. Even before we get into relationships, like my last two relationships, I said, okay, if this does not work out, I want us still to remain friends. And I'm not friends with either one of them right now.
Yeah,
but I still long for that. But I think I'm getting to a point where I just have to forgive myself, because I understand that I hurt them, but I've said all that I can on my part.
Right.
I'm making amends with myself. I've changed behavior that I know that may have hurt them, or that they said had hurt them, even if it wasn't my intention. So now it's really just, I ain't gonna say fuck it, but I've done my portion, and that's all I can.
So let's break this down, and let's get into what we said our main topic for the night was gonna be, and I think that ties directly into it, because we asked the question, can we really handle the truth? And going back to that situation that you're speaking on now, some situations you get into and you do owe, I feel like there is an apology owed, and then some situations you get into that I feel like you should be completely unapologetic about. I say that because
You would call me out on some of my shit.
no. Well, I say that because you should if you are upfront and truthful and honest with somebody from the beginning of interaction or from the beginning of a relationship, and on the other end they don't receive it, or they receive it the way that they want to receive it versus the way you told them, as you being honest, the consequences of them doing that is on them, not on you. Because at the end of the day, you were honest from the beginning. And so that's why I feel like you get to a point to where you should be like unapologetic about certain shit, because you was real about it from the beginning. Like, you knew what it was.
Yeah. But do you think that you can blur the lines in that case? Just speaking
Explain.
For me, like this has happened a couple of times where you start off and you be like, all right, this is what the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We both decided that we're not going to catch feelings, and we said, oh no, it's going to be cool, but somebody catches feelings.
Okay, rewind 2 statements before that.
I don't remember what 2 statements before that.
You said we both decided that we not gonna catch feelings.
Yeah.
That was a mutual decision.
But is it truly?
Was it not?
That's the thing though. Like, we can all say that, but then shit happens. And I've had this where I may let somebody spend the night, and they're like, oh, that's not kicking me out, so now it's you getting into the
I fell asleep
into the girlfriend territory.
I fell asleep
and stuff like that. Or be like, oh no, you can bring a toothbrush over, but this is not. Oh, we can hang out. We can cuddle
again.
But
again.
All right, well, ladies, you heard.
We
Dub had to say
we set the standard from the beginning.
Yeah.
Now, if you in that situation, once we set that standard, if the deviation from the plan comes on your end, then that's also your consequence that you have to deal with. I'm not going to apologize for something that I was honest about from the beginning.
Do you think that if you start to see a deviation on your end, it is your responsibility to bring that up to the other person, or should we just keep that to ourselves?
I think that
because I've had deviations on my end,
right? But okay, but have you realized that it was a deviation, or did you feel like it was?
I recognize it as deviation.
Oh well, then yeah, I would have said
with one of my ex-girlfriends, I was like, okay, this is a deviation. Like, I'm really starting to feel you. I feel like I'm getting into the L area.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you feel like you were getting into that area, that's still, if it's a deviation, if the deviation was on you, that's still your responsibility. Like, you are still responsible for your feelings at that point, because again, even if you take that L, that was the L that you decided to take because you knew what it was from the beginning.
Okay.
Like, even like, I don't care. I'm a firm believer of don't let somebody tell you twice. Like, if believe what they told you the first time.
What if they saying deeper and harder?
Again, man, because so I feel like we as humans have the issue of wanting honesty as long as it's an agreement.
Okay.
Like, I want you to be honest with me as long as you agree with me. Like, don't tell me no shit that I don't want to hear, because then I want you to be honest.
I can see that.
And I feel like that's a lot of the times that's what we run into in situations and relationships, because it's like I'll break it down like this. I feel like the issue with a lot of people is that I want you to be if we're in a relationship, I want you to be the idea that I have in my head of you,
Okay.
not who you really are, right?
Versus, ideal versus the real.
Yeah, perception versus reality. Like, I want you to cater to the person that I've made you in my head
Okay.
versus the person that you actually are.
Okay.
Or you check all my boxes physically, boxes, because I heard myself say that shit. you check all my boxes.
Well, I got some boxes I'm trying to check.
Check out my boxes physically, but just because I find you attractive, then I want to make your personality fit what I feel about you.
Well, let me ask you this: isn't that like the purpose of like relationships is to make each other like to build that with somebody?
Yes.
I'm not
definitely.
saying to completely change what the person is altogether, but to and I don't even want to say mold them into, but even then, like I've been in relationships where somebody doesn't fit everything that I want, but I try to mold them into the closest.
Ain't no molding. It's
that.
no molding. It's no molding. I don't care what anybody says. There's no such thing as molding someone.
You can mold somebody. You can definitely groom somebody into being somebody that.
No, I'm not gonna even say that. I'm going to say
next time you complain about somebody
no,
not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Listen. You can help somebody reach their full potential, but if it's completely different.
How?
Grooming somebody is so when you think of a child, you're trying to groom somebody. That means you're trying to make them what you want them to be. Like people that try to groom somebody, they try to groom them in their own light. Like they try to,
or just groom them into the person that they think that they can be.
That's helping them reach their potential, not grooming them.
I think we're arguing over semantics now.
I mean, yeah, you could be, but what I'm saying is most people jump into relationships and say, "Be what I want you to be."
Motherfuckers, we don't agree on everything. You've been saying this shit.
we disagree on a lot of shit actually, but. I feel like a lot of times people jump into relationships and be like, "Be what I want you to be. Think how I want you to think, or think how I think around me." And a lot of people bump heads because they don't find the art of being able to agree to disagree, and or see what you have to say, like see the different perspective. I can disagree with what you're saying, but I can also see where you're coming from in the same breath.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of times, we want you to be honest, but we want you to be honest and tell us what you want us to hear. Oh, tell us what we want to hear. Like, and I think that's the issue with a lot of people. Like, a lot of people don't want you to be truthful. They want you to cater to their feelings.
Yeah, not truly truthful.
Yeah. Granted, prime example. I took a course recently, and you got to the end of the course, and they wanted feedback on the course. But when the feedback came on the course, it was like, I really wasn't asking you feedback on the course. And I'm just like, well, what was the point of you putting it out there? Like, if you thought your teaching style was just the greatest, why the fuck would you ask me?
Okay.
And I'm like, for me, like, my personality, don't ask me what you don't want to know. Or what you don't want my honest opinion on.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, though. When does your honesty start becoming abusive or inconsiderate of people's feelings?
I don't think it's no such thing as honesty being abusive. Now, it can be inconsiderate. Like, I'm a person that's painfully blunt, right?
And I can argue that's being abusive to some people.
It could be, but you don't have to be around me. Like,
My God.
I'm. Let me tell you one thing. I'm gonna always be is unapologetically me. Because if I was
Well, I
to
definitely think you already know. I feel like you have to work on that.
yeah, and I get it, and I'm again we a lot of times in that instance we agree to disagree because I feel like I'm not gonna be placed in the box of what society wants me to be or what other people want me to be. Like
Okay, I gotta follow up for
now,
that. But keep on going.
now, and I think I know where you're going. Now, I'm not gonna say that I'm beyond growth because everybody, you can always grow, and you always have areas of, areas that you can improve on, areas that you aren't the greatest in, and so I'll never say that, oh, I want to stop growing or I want to stop learning. No, that's not it. But at the same time, don't expect me to be the idea of me that you have in your head.
Okay.
And don't get mad if I tell you the truth just because you don't want to hear it. Now, the delivery may not always be that great. But I'm not a fan of putting sugar on shit. If it's supposed to be served, I'm serving you what you asked for.
Okay, let me see. All right. You are a leader. You're in a leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not see that coming back and kicking you in your ass? And you potentially losing followers?
You can always do that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But you're still not gonna change that.
No.
You're just gonna burn the shit down.
No, well,
and whatever comes with it comes with it.
No. There's two different things. So I do feel like in certain situations, number one, you have to have I'm not a very very patient person. We know this. But number one, in certain situations, in certain arenas, you have to have patience. You have to let certain things slide in certain arenas. So I will say that you have to be adaptable, right? You can't be balls to the wall in every single situation.
How you gonna be adaptable if you gonna be unapologetically you?
And that's what I'm saying. That's me in my personal life, right?
Okay.
Like that's me.
So you just gonna be a fake motherfucker?
No. You have to be adaptable to each. You have to be adaptable to each situation. Like you're not gonna approach every situation the exact same way. Like we could disagree, and I'd be like, "Fuck what you talking about," and keep it moving. You can't necessarily do that at your workplace.
What if I start crying?
I mean, as in me and you,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know what to do.
What if the ukulele? I just thought about that the other night. I was like, that ukulele fucked me up that night. I just thought about that the other day.
Yeah, it's gonna make me uncomfortable. But I'm not gonna be inconsiderate in the situation. Like there, I feel like yes. Okay, so to answer your question, there is definitely a line to be crossed as far as being unapologetic and being an asshole. Sometimes I cross both lines, but
Sometimes.
at the same time, I would rather, and this is just me personally, I would rather hurt you by telling you the truth than hurt you by lying to you. That's just me personally.
Okay.
Because lying to you and feeding your ego sometimes will put you in a situation to where your ego takes you end up getting let down because nobody pumped your brakes before you got to that point.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Or you end up making an ass of yourself because nobody is like when we see people walk out the house and you be like, damn, they ain't got no friends because how you walked out the house and what you got on and nobody said shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm the friend that said shit. Like,
But then you're also afraid they'll walk out and be like, I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say.
Well, I mean, that's true. But you got to know your friend like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, expect you do shit. Just expect what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? But don't do that shit and then be sensitive about it.
Okay, I can see that.
So I mean, I feel like as a society we just don't like the truth.
I mean, I like the truth. I mean, I prefer the truth.
I mean, you got to. We friends.
It just well, you just kind of force your way into my life, and you just won't fucking go away.
Okay,
that's the truth, bitch. But it's just, I think it's just really, with me, it's more based on delivery and everything, because I'm definitely a person that likes to get the truth. I tell a lot of my female friends that, like, nah, I'm not the one that's going like sugarcoat shit. Well, I will sugarcoat it, but I'm still gonna give you the honest truth. I may try to cater to your feelings, but it's still gonna come. I'm still gonna come with that truth, and I'm not just gonna agree with you and tell you that you're right just because you're a woman or you think that I want to sleep with you. Because half of y'all I don't. Well, I don't even say half of y'all. 90%.
Yeah.
So if I invite you out to karaoke, that would mean I'm trying to fuck you.
Oh God. Yeah. I don't know how we got there, but I just
sick of this shit.
Y'all let us know. I mean, are you a person? Let us know in the comments. Are you a person that really genuinely wants to hear the truth from the people around you, or you just really want somebody in your corner? Because, and I will say this, and this is gonna be the last thing I say on the topic, because I did say earlier that I can be painfully blunt, right? And I did say that don't ask me my honest opinion if you don't want my honest answer. Knowing both of those things, I also approach a situation usually in my personal life by asking you before we have the conversation.
Do you want? Are you just trying to vent, or
are you just trying to vent, or do you want my honest opinion on it? And that's my way of trying to soften the blow, right? That's my way of, because I don't know how to say it any other way, right? So that's my way of, like, all right, if you need me to just be here for you, I am that. But if you want me to tell you what I think about it, be ready. So I've worked on myself in that regards, as I'm not just going to forcefully I'm not going to forcefully just volunteer my opinion. No. I always ask. All right, ho.
I didn't ask you for that, bitch.
Top 3, man. Top 3 truths. Top 3 truths that you've grown to accept as an adult. You want to one it, or you want to
one it? Because I still think I gotta think of what.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you start this time because I started last time.
I will say.
I feel like I start every time.
Well, this goes, yeah, probably because I keep the show moving. So
Bitch, fuck you.
I would say the first thing has to deal with what we were talking about earlier, as in, just one thing that you still have a problem trying to accept, and one thing that I accepted a little while ago. My top one that I've grown to accept as an adult is not everybody gonna like you. You can't, bitch. You can't please everyone, and I stopped trying a long time ago.
Okay, I'm about to switch mine around now. Okay, so for my one, I'm gonna go. Your life is not gonna go the way that you plan.
Okay, that is very true. That is very true. For me, my number 2 And this one for me was a hard one to accept, just because I always wanted, I always want things to go the way I want them to go. Um, you cannot control everything. Like
That's what I said on the interview.
anything, and you have to be okay with it. Like you can only control what you can from your particular aspect. Like personally, you can't control how anybody reacts, how anybody responds, how anybody thinks or moves or views. They're not gonna have the same commitment. They might not have the same perspective or point of view as you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay. So number 2, I'm gonna go with everybody is not gonna like you. You can't recover every friendship, every relationship. So your number 1 is gonna be my number 2.
Okay. My number 3 is going to be my number 3 is going to be a combination actually of you can't do everything. Like you can't make yourself available for everything, and no is an adequate answer. Like not no because, or not no I have to do this, or not no I just no. I'm
deep.
not.
It's deep, like I'm about to drown.
I'm not doing it. No is adequate.
Okay. For my last one, I am going to say perfection is impossible.
Whew.
I
Okay.
have a tendency to want everything.
Have you grown to accept it?
Um,
Because these are top
It's
things
a
that
hard-
you've grown to accept.
I've accepted it, but I'm still working on it. Everything is not gonna be picture perfect. That goes to projects. If you're an artist and you're waiting to release that song that you're working on, it's you're never gonna get it just right. If you're at work, and you got this presentation, you just can't get it right. It's not gonna be perfect. Everything is not gonna go right. And I guess that can almost tie with my first one, but everything is not gonna be perfect.
Hey, I feel you. Y'all give us your top 3 out there. Top 3 truths that you've grown to accept. We definitely want to hear from you. We want to hear from you regardless. Like, it don't have to be on the top 3. Just let us know you're listening.
Yeah.
Like, we see views, but
Give us the likes, give us the dislikes.
give us everything.
We miss your dislikes. Out there. I need to start talking about people, saying people's names and shit.
Give us everything. But nah, y'all know what it is. You can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Father, fuck you.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on it, man. We'll see y'all for episode 56. Y'all have a good one.
All right.